The following has adult themes and may have swearing. You have been warned.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, Traffic187 here, welcome back. Oh, there's been a lot of changes. We've been waiting for this to carry on. Now, when I last left you, I'd lost the card game to Lisa. And since then, Steam has put in the adult content remover and so forth, and it's I found a patch and got it back up and running, but I had to delete my old save game and start a new one. So I've been scrolling forward and trying to answer all the questions like I did last time, so I get the same scenario outcome. And here we are. So I left the canteen. It was too early to sleep, and it was a good idea. It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Where should I head to? Now, I last time clicked the beach after this. I've got some footage somewhere, but we'll go from here. I came to the beach. I was not in the best mood, and I really had no desire to swim. It was a bit cold to swim. But I still came to the water's edge and tried the water with my hand. The water was warm. Seems like it was still cooling down after such a hot day. Well, perhaps sometime later I will come back to swim. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. I entered the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on my bed. When you think about it, my situation hasn't got any clearer today. In fact, I spent the whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never even thought about doing something like this in the real world, although I had plenty of time. How much time would I have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are a few minutes left only. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got into this camp. For the first time in a long time, I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to bugger off. Started with my own thoughts, to somehow resolve itself. Or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to just get used to it. So just like that, I'm not ready. Ahem. My consciousness slowly flew away from me, and it progressively became harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep. Day 3. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind. I woke up being exhausted both physically and mentally. It happened to me all the time. You see incredible lucid images in your dream, as if fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, multi-million dollars visual effects, and then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain, but this part of memory was empty, either archived or formatted at all. 7 AM according to the clock. I seemed to be an early bird today. Olga was still sleeping, wrapped tightly in her blanket. Wrapped so tightly, in a hot summer, hump. I think it's a bit peed off that you can't see boobies. I got up, stretched, and came to the mirror and had a look at myself. I better shave. Strange idea, before 2 times a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. What do I even need it? If I look like I'm 17 at most. So, Breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m. and this means I have plenty of time, which I can spend walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem ice cold as the previous day, vice versa. Its cute coolness helped me brace up and to come back to reality, wherever all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem such an outdated thing. A quick thought had struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror fixing her hair. "Good morning, Simon." "Morning." Because of lack of sleep, my head was still singing and thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of usually sleeping 2 or 3 more hours. "How come you're up so early?" "Just happened." "And no neck chief once again. Let me. I'll do it myself. No big deal. I'm on my way to the canteen." "I don't think so. Do it now." "Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast?" "How could I ever forget?" "And what's the lineup going to be about today?" "We'll discuss the agenda for the day." "So what's the agenda?" "Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Will lead our little, maybe lead. Maybe I will manage to avoid enemy Right, okay. Let's find out about that lineup. She gave me a willy smile. A willy smile. "Olga, you know, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, well, you know, I believe it's okay to miss lineup once. It would get all nasty if I failed to control it right there." Where did all this courage come from? "You have 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please?" "Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down." "Oh, fine." Alright. "Oh, fine. On our list today is cleaning the camp locations, organising the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course, we have a dance party in the evening." "Ooh, a dance party? Watch yourself. You must take part in camp activities today." "You bet. Definitely. And now I'd rather... Come on, hit the road." I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling that I had nothing to do with the lineup. ... Oh. What is that? There we are, sorry. After the camp leader left, I went back into the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. Well, I'm not planning to take part in community life today. Cleaning and organising. That's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed, and I'm still where I started. All tenants seemed to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Let's do the time warp again. To jump to the left. No, of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but these peculiarities do not step out of line at all. Moreover, having met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seemed to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, my very self. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The logical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in non-ordinary place. I've heard and have seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with both the world of Savonok, I can't say it, camp and its tenants, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have decided here and now, are those people involved in what happening to me? Can they give me any answers? Or have I have to seek the truth somewhere else? ... It seemed a bit overdone with thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Probably most of them had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. Two's company, three's a crowd. Lena was sitting at the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork an anamorphic lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Anamorphic. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly someone grabbed me by the sleeve. Zehanna, the librarian. Take your meal and come. We need to talk. Sonny? What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't it a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Take your meal and sit down. I suppose that she judges her behaviour as something completely normal. What should we do? Fine, I'll wait a minute. I'm not sure why, but I accepted her invitation. Well, I want to know what she wants. What if I can learn something new? She is such a bookworm. Minutes later, I was sitting in front of Zehanna, with the tray and move the mouse, the simple meal on it: porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, a sausage, and a glass of compote. Is that their drink, or is that like the jam? So what's going on there then? Bon appetit. Thanks. I decided to act as polite as I can, and also eat right, okay, without jumping and spilling crumbs of food and drops of compote. So what do you want to talk about? Today at the library. I wasn't listening from this point onwards. I immediately recalled the ogre word about the scheduled events today. Don't forget. Oh, what? I said don't forget to visit the library after the lunch. What for? Weren't you even listening? Nope. Admittedly, I omitted. Okay. Zehanna's face turned red, and then appeared as green, and then took on a soft purple colour. Jesus Christ. Today after lunch, you, in the library. Get it? Dunce? Dunce? What kind of curse is this? She's calling you an idiot. Though a pioneer must never use a curse word, how could I forget this rule? Oh yeah, sure, I apologise. Of course, I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't really planning to go anywhere, but if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I'm totally lost. I lost the count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexed and answered, have you completely gone bananas? Honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Tina didn't reply. So what year is it? I smiled kindly. Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary? Will they tell me what year it is there? Oh, certainly, and even more. Zehena stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal? But looks like she won't turn back. I was finishing chewing on the sausage. Tasted like a twisted pear cable. I'm guessing like that, like electric cable. I wondered if they have an internet access here. Yeah, doubt it. Yes, no. A pioneer sitting at the other table had noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. It's like, hi, look, I'm crazy. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Yeah, Blue's Clues. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. Uh-oh, infirmary, that's where the dodgy nurse wanted me to strip off. I have nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better keep my distance from her. Yeah. Such oh my god. Benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I had no courage to just enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no motive. Not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse, who was standing at the porch. Hi there, Pioneer! She came closer. She got two different coloured eyes. You must be sick. Came from medicine? No. I was just wandering around. Oh, the truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inadvertible. The nurse smiled spitefully. Uh-oh. You both will help me to make the inventory of supply of medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word can be confused with both? Lena, hi! Lena emerged from the nurse's back. Ugh! It's like a spawned out of her back. Seems strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I had explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplies today? But Olga told me that no bus will arrive for the next couple of days. So there were visitors in our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be there. Here. Maybe Lena was barely noticeable the whole time. Surely she was able to keep... she's able to keep invisibility like a skilled ninja. Ooh. I could do it on my own. No way, there's lots of boxes. And the Pioneer is always ready. Isn't it so, Pioneer? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I don't want to spend a whole evening doing something like this. Also, I got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. No, she didn't. Okay, I'll come. Nicely. That's how a true pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I hardly came a step closer to be prepared. Always prepared motto. Then you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. Still at the ground? I guess all the time she was staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about life and habitats of different insects. What? Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an, oh god, entomologist? Where will you head next? Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We've been standing at the square for some time, and my suspicions about Bug's life were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation. Why did we teleport to the square? I don't understand. Though, why didn't I see it awkward? Just do not forget, alright? Do not forget what? Oh, tonight, after dinner, at the infirmary. Her face got slightly grumpy feel to it. Oh, chill out. No way, that's impossible. Alright. Right after dinner, I'm at your service. I'll be full too late after my words, Lena brushed hard. Oh. I need to find the way to ease this situation. Why did the nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting at the bench and reading a book when she came, and it's smart to ask a fail-safe person who would never say no. Okay. Well then, after dinner. Okay. I'll go then. Yeah, sure. She walked off somewhere. She weeked off somewhere. She walked off somewhere aside the clubs and just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Though having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was coming through the usual noise of this camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounded like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But the melody still was somehow warmer, as if a vacuum-tubed audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? Definitely the sound was coming somewhere from the stage in the area. Wonder who that could be? Should I go take a look? Who cares? I better keep looking for answers.